Okay, doke friends, if you're looking at your screen, you're gonna see the Reblooming Bearded Iris Live Plant. It's totally new. It's our QVC price of $29. The easy pay on this is $9.67, and you're getting 3 pieces. And I'm gonna ask Phil to talk about, what is coming up and what that is, and I'm gonna ask him to talk about his grandmother and what she thinks about these. Look, and see, you're already laughing. See, I'm learning. But this is a great illuminator is what I know. It's a perennial. They're easy to grow. They're winter hardy, heat tolerant, and you're gonna get 3 different colors. I'm gonna bring in Phillip Watson, who, look, he's a real horticulturist and a landscape designer. So it's not like, oh, he likes plants and he's here. He's a scientist, he loves plants, and he can help us make our gardens look great. And he's also a fun person to be. So I got to give you a hug. Hey, buddy, thanks for being here.
It's a great pleasure to be on with you because the energy's so good, and you're interested in gardening, which is, my favorite kind of person.
I will take that. I'm going to change all my energy. Hi, Phil. I'm going to be Eeyore for the rest of the show.
That now. You sound like Paige now.
I know. I love you. Okay, so we're getting 3 pieces.
Yes.
And these colors. So we're getting blue, white, and yellow. Let's talk about how amazing this is.
And also, well, let me just tell you this, because I want to show you this straight out the box. You see irises for sale, usually bare root, or in a giant pot with a smaller plant than this. This is good to go. This is going to bloom this year, and you're getting all 3 colors in this collection. These are heirloom perennials. My grandmother had them. It's the first perennial that she introduced me to, and I just love the irises. But the beautiful colors, these bloom in the spring, like my grandmother's did.
Yeah.
But these are newfangled. They also bloom again in the fall, and not just a little bit, just as much as they did in the spring.
So, and they bloom, like, how about this? They're really resistant to heat and everything, so it almost seems like they're really easy to care for them.
The deer won't touch them. Really? Which is absolutely key, and also they're drought tolerant, which I like. Now, if we take a look at these different varieties we've got here, I've got the yellow one in here. That one's called Harvest of Memories. It's the best of all the yellow ones. We've got the blue one, which is called Victoria Falls. That's the best of all the blue ones. And then we have the one that all the other ones came from. This is Immortality.
Wow.
And it's the first of all the rebloomers that came around. So you've got all of that. The white one makes everything else show off. No mulch on these. You don't want to cover up that thing down in the bottom that looks like a sweet potato. That's the root. They don't like any mulch at all. And I love the fact that that's one less thing I have to do. Full sun to part shade in every state that we ship to.
Really? So these are fine in every state?
They will do fine down in Florida where it's hot. In fact, there are a lot of iris farms down there. They do fine in Maine. They do great in Colorado. They're beautiful in Mississippi where I grew up. But what I loved most about them when I was a child is it wasn't just the beauty. They were fragrant. They were really fragrant because when you're a little boy, they're about as tall as you are, because this was about 3 feet tall. That's what they do. And every Easter, we got our pictures made in front of the iris bed. It was just a tradition. Wow. And they were right at the height, so I could smell them quite nicely. The old people had to lean down to get at them, but I was already there.
That's amazing. Listen, and here's what's great about this is you're getting 3.
Yes.
And you said, can you show us what they look like when they come to us?
Yes, this is the way they ship out to you. And by the way, if you've had irises before that bloomed the one time in the spring, they're fabulous. But because these are going to bloom again in the fall, is that they're sending up new foliage all the time. So this beautiful spiky foliage all season long. When your one-time bloomers have already started to, the foliage has started to die on them. So this is handsome looking because I like the structure. I've noticed in the photography that I do, which I do a lot of that, I've written the 2 books, is that this is something that really shows up in the images even when they're not blooming. You need texture in the garden. So you'll get 3 of these and they'll be labeled. You'll know exactly which one is which. I plant mine about 3 feet apart because they form nice clumps. And irises do enjoy being unto themselves. The only thing I would ever plant it with is perhaps the creeping Jenny, because the iris it's so fabulous, and that's the way they are. Look, all 3 varieties. That's in Connecticut. And I use them for my clients because every time I'm designing a garden, I got to put a little bit of my history in it because it makes me interested in the garden. And so it's my little inside thing. And
It's your signature.
It's my little signature.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, y'all up in Connecticut, but y'all can get a little bit of Mississippi right now.
See, this is why I love having you on the show, because we all learn and we all get a little bit of Mississippi for that day. Your item number is M95012. It's Phillip Watson design. It's 3 pieces. You're getting 3 of the Reblooming Bearded Iris. It's a live plant. It's
Yes.
$29. The easy pay is $9.67. And so if we're looking at the colors again, we're having
Yes.
blue, which is Victoria Falls.
Yes.
There's white, which is immortality, which is where
Immortality.
you said it came from. And then there's the yellow,
Harvest of
it's the
Memories.
harvest of memories.
Exactly, and they're fragrant. You're going to love these. It's an heirloom perennial, and everybody's grandmother, when I grew up, had the irises, but not all of the grandmothers were good gardeners.
Okay.
This is an heirloom perennial. You don't have to know a lot about gardening. In fact, don't worry about mulching. Don't worry about, doing this or that. This is going to go to town on you. I would suggest picking up my fertilizer, which is a good thing to do. It's time release, and it's going to take care of everything. I've got my year guarantee on the perennials, but the best guarantee of all, feed your plants and get fabulous results, because what I'm shipping out to you is already a fabulous start. It's easy to grow. Don't mulch it. It's already well rooted. This is going to bloom this season. Keep in mind, you're getting spring and fall blooms out of this. Not many of the irises will do that. You can find them in the nurseries, but they're the one-time bloomers. Get it here.
Get it here, feed your plant, get
Yes.
fabulous results. Speaking of results, Phillip wants to guarantee those results.
Yes, because I want to turn you into a good gardener. It's so much fun. You can do it your entire life. When you're happy, I'm happy. And if you've got a question about any of your orders from me, you can reach me at the number on the screen or at the website that we're showing right there. Perennials guaranteed for an entire year, annuals for 90 days from the time of shipment. And they just ran off with all my cards on that table.
That's okay. Wait, should we come back? That's okay.
Thank you. Anyway, I'm going to take care of you. We got